Hello everyone, Frank here, sharing a new technique that I just came up with. Today we're going to do some masking with some flowers, and the flowers that I'm using today for this technique are from the October Kit of the Month from Flying Unicorn, and these are Prima flowers. They're very beautiful, very wide, and you know they're really open to any kind of distress, coloring, glimmer mist, all these kind of different inks that you could use on these. You could even stamp on them. They're kind of white, so you could kind of, put any color on there and it'll look very beautiful. What we're using today is these flowers from the kit. We're also going to be using some glimmer mist. And for those of you who haven't seen glimmer mist before, glimmer mist is like a liquid that has really, really fine glitter in it. And it comes in like, I don't know, like 50, 100 different colors. They have glimmer mist, they have glimmer glam, they have chalk glimmer mist, which is like a more chalky liquid. This one here is actually with just regular glimmer mist that I'm using today. And it's really nice because you could put this on anything really, and it'll add like a touch of glimmer. But not only that, you don't have to deal with the mess of glitter, so that's a good thing. So we're using those two today. We're actually using this color, which is called Jingle Bells, in case if anybody has that. We're also going to be using some masks, and masks are really like this clear stencil, and these can be cleaned, wiped off. You could ink on them. You could use glimmer mist. You could use stamps. And what this does, it actually acts as a barrier, and it prints this design on top of the paper or whatever you're using it with. So I'm going to be using it with these embellishments here, these flowers. I'm only going to be using a portion of it, so you want to find something that has very fine detail like these polka dots. And this one is actually coming from this Glimmer Screens, which is also available at Flying Unicorn. And these are some misting tools that can be used with the glimmer mist, but you don't have to use this. You can use any stencils that you have already. I'm just using this for the purpose of this video. Okay, another thing you're going to need is some tape. Okay, so just any tape will be fine. So what you want to do first is you want to take out your flower, and you want to get one that's kind of flat. Okay, so I'm using this one, and I'm going to kind of open it up a little bit, and you want to pick the part of the stencil you're using. So for this example, I'm going to be using this polka dot pattern here that you see here, and you can use any interesting shapes. You don't actually have to use the whole stencil. You could even use this swirl if you want. The cool part about this is that the negative image is what's going to show. So I'm going to use this polka dot, so let me just align it here. And once you got the perfect alignment, you're going to go ahead and tape it down. And the reason you're going to tape it down is because you don't want it to move while you're doing this. And you want to press on the flower lightly, that way it kind of presses down. Okay. And you could do this with any type of flower too. I like the flowers that are in this kit though. These flowers are really nice because it's a cream kind of color. It almost looks like canvas, and they're really beautiful. And I'll have a link at the end of this video if you're interested in picking up this kit. It's really amazing. Okay, so now what you do after you tape it down, make sure it's really taped down because sometimes it'll come off because of the pressure. So what you want to do is you grab your glimmer. Now you want to shake your glimmer mist like this in a circular motion. You don't want to shake it up and down because the glimmer might get stuck in the little tube, and then it might get clogged, and then it won't come out. So you want to do this so the glimmer will come out of the bottom. So once you do that, you're going to grab your glimmer. Now you want to cover the other part that you don't want to glimmer on. So you go ahead and glimmer. You want to make sure you get everything. Okay, once you do that, you're going to let it sit for a little bit, and then what I always have on hand is some baby wipes, and I clean the stencil, that way all that extra glimmer doesn't go on the flower and covers the rest of the flower. So you go ahead and do that. Okay. Once you get that, you go ahead and remove the stencil. And isn't that neat? You get this little polka dot design, and it's also shimmery. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but it's really nice. So now let's go ahead and do the other side. So grab your stencil and make sure you clean it well, that way there's no staining on the flower. I really like these baby wipes because they're wet, but they're not too wet, and you could always get all the ink and everything off of these. You can use the same tape if you want. So just put it on there and tape it down the same way that you had it before. I think I might need a little bit more tape here. Okay. And you want to do the same thing. You want to cover this portion and just go ahead and glimmer. This is a really beautiful color. I really like it. It's supposed to be Christmassy, but to me, kind of feels like kind of fallish. It's like kind of like an orangey kind of gold tone to it. It's really nice. Okay, so once we got that down, see, it even took this little shape here. See this little shape? It's really nice. So let's go ahead and remove that. Oh, that's very neat. See how that looks? And it's very simple and easy. You can use any kind of design. I really like this polka dot because it's really fun, so you can add it to any girl page or any feminine page where you use like light colors or pink colors. It's really nice and neat. And you could, like I said, you could use these swirls. You could do these flourishes. It'll be very interesting and very abstract for those of you who like steampunk themes. It would be nice. Or if you have any stencils with steampunk design, that'll be neat too. And you could vintage this out. And you know, it's fairly easier to do it this way than to actually just, you know, do it by hand, and that would be kind of hard. So there you go, that's the technique. So I hope you guys try it, and if you do try it, make sure you go ahead and upload it to the Flying Unicorn Gallery so everybody could check it out. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you clean your stencil though. You want to clean your stencil because you don't want it to get stained. Okay, and once you do that, then you could just, you know, use a different color, or you know, use some ink. You can also use some stamps on here. Ink works well too, any stamp pad or any distress ink. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. See you guys soon.